Hello besties, I'm about to spill all the tea on myself. Just kidding, kind of not. Today we're doing a Q&A. I feel like I look very official, like I'm about to lecture you, which I kind of am because I'm going to be talking probably for the next like 20 minutes, so buckle up. I know Q&As aren't the most exciting thing ever, but I really wanted to talk about how I moved out, how I saved up money, how I got here, because I mentioned it in my last video and a lot of people had questions, so I just wanted to discuss it. I will have everything kind of like time stamped down below if you have a short attention span like I do, so if you want to go to a specific question, go ahead down there, but we're just gonna get started. So I want to preface this by saying I will be talking about my own experiences with like saving up money and working and moving out, and I'll be talking about money and numbers and finance and stuff like that. And I know everybody's living and financial situation is very different, might look very different than mine, might look similar, I don't know, but I just like to be open and honest because I honestly have no idea what I'm doing ever. I just learn as I go, and if I could help anyone not have to make any mistakes or at least have some comfort in knowing what to expect possibly, then I would like to do that. So please be nice. You know, again, we all have different lives and financial situations, but I just want to be honest, because a lot of people were asking questions. So first thing we're going to talk about is how did I save up money to move out? If you didn't know, if you're new here, hi. I recently last month moved out into my own apartment finally after living in my family home my entire life, and it has been my #1 goal for so many years, but specifically the past year. So how did I save up money as a 21 to 22-year-old to move out on my own in a big city? The city is Philly, if you didn't know. And I'm also going to talk about how I think manifestation played a part into this as well, because although hard work is a good thing, manifestation, I credit some of this too. I first started seriously saving up and like had the goal in mind of saving money for moving out like over a year ago, maybe like a year and a half ago, kind of when COVID started, like May-ish time, because at that point I was like, okay, after being stuck in the house because of COVID for quite a while, I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I've been wanting to move out, but now I'm like serious about it. I'm going to move out and I'm going to save up money for it. So at that time I was working at Target, minimum wage job, but I don't have like the most expensive lifestyle. I just kind of buy myself groceries and occasionally shop. I don't really have a lot of expenses because I was living in my family home, so I didn't have like rent to pay or anything like that. And at that time I was in school, so I did have tuition costs, but it was the next semester after that I decided to leave school. And if you want to know all about me leaving school, I have a whole video talking about it, but the summary is that I just really was not enjoying school whatsoever, especially during the pandemic, doing it all from home. It did not feel like it was fulfilling to me or teaching me anything or was worth the money, the thousands of dollars I was going to spend on it. And I was like, I'd rather spend this money, my hard-earned money, on something I would actually want in life, which would be moving out. So when I left school, I had this money left over that would have been for tuition. It wasn't too much, it was a couple $1,000s, but it was either drain my entire bank account for tuition for school that I didn't really want to go to, or take off school and work really hard to save up enough money to move out. So after that, I had all this free time on my hands, obviously, because I wasn't in school anymore, so I literally just worked all the time. I no longer worked at Target, I worked for Shipt, which is kind of like Instacart. It's just like a grocery pickup and delivery type of thing, and I really liked it because I could make my own hours and you earn a lot off of tips. So I literally was just doing that for months. Like, again, I think I started Shipt around July of last year, so it's been a full year. It's been a full year of working at Shipt and saving up money. And my goal in mind for the savings that I wanted was $10,000. Now that was a really lofty goal because, like I said, I only had like maybe $3,000 to my name, but I wanted to save up $10,000 so that I would have a really good, secure amount of money for when I moved out, so I'd be enough to pay for at least a couple months of rent and like living expenses without having to be super stressed about finding a job right away or having to work just to live. Like, I wanted to be really comfortable in how I was when I moved out. And then, as you can guess, I literally just worked. Again, I don't have many expenses and I loosely budget it because, again, not really buying much, but I just thought about every time I was working, and you know, even if I didn't want to, I was like, this is for me to move out. This is for something that I really, really want, and it's going to be worth it. And yeah, maybe I'm not going to buy this thing that I want in the moment because I'm going to save money for my future self and be really happy about it. So eventually it gets to like, I think maybe May of this year, 2021, and I hit my 10K savings goal. So that was really awesome. I was super, super proud of myself for that. So it was time to get looking. The apartment hunting process was definitely a process. At first, I was really trying to live on my own in like a 1-bedroom or studio, but they were first hard to come by, and second, they were way too out of my price range in the city. Then I have a friend who is my roommate now, Ella, that I knew from school, and she mentioned before that she wanted to move around the same time I was moving, so I reached out to her and I was like, hey, do you still need a roommate? And she's like, yes, I do. And then that's how I found Ella, and then that literally cut the price that I would have to pay for rent by like a third or half. Apartment hunting process, all of that. I'm not going to go into too much detail about that because I feel like it's different everywhere you live, but finally found a place, got it for a really good price split between the two of us. I pay $700, she pays a little bit more than that because she has the bigger bedroom, but $700 for a city apartment with like the view I have and the space we have is a really good price. And then I had the savings, so I put down the deposit, paid first month's rent, and here we are. So that's how I saved the money. Again, it's gonna look very different for everyone's different lifestyle. I just happened to be living at home, didn't really have any bills, and was out of school, so I just worked all the time and saved up the money. My life was pretty boring because again, it was COVID, so we were stuck at home and I literally had nothing else to do. So I was like, all right, I'm going to kind of use this time now where life might be boring and kind of seems discouraging and dreadful to prepare for my future self. And then as for the manifestation side of it, again, you don't have to believe this. This is different for everyone else. You could just think that the hard work got me here. But I think the belief and the determination that I had that I was gonna move out no matter what. I set this 10K goal, which, you know, originally kind of felt really scary and unachievable to me, but I was so determined to do this. I was like, no matter what, if I do anything this year, I am moving out. This is all I want in life. Like, this is what I need in life too. So I just always knew, no matter how many doubts I had or how many times I felt like I wasn't going quick enough, or like I looked at so many apartments that fell through or I couldn't afford and I got really discouraged, I always knew that it was going to happen. So I just had this core belief that it was going to happen no matter what, like I was going to do it. And then every time I was making money, I was extremely grateful for it. I put it in my savings. I'm like, this is going to my apartment, like this is going to be paying for my rent. I was thinking about all the things that I was going to do in my apartment. I was meditating a lot on it. I made my vision board, which I showed in my last video, my old vision board, which I made in January. So I would sit and look at my vision board all the time and really like picture myself in my own apartment, did a lot of visualization and scripting and stuff like that. I just truly believed to my soul that I was moving out no matter what. So that's what manifestation is. It is the true belief, but it's also the work paired with it, you know? You can do one or the other, but the manifestation itself is when they're both together. Okay, that was a lot of talking. Hopefully I answered enough questions for that process there. Now I'm just gonna go into some other questions that I got a lot, and if you stop watching, I don't blame you, but you know, you can stay and chill a while. So a lot of people asked, how do I feel now that I moved out? Like, how is my mental health doing? A lot of people asked about my mental health, which thank you, I really appreciate it. I must say, my mental health has improved tenfold since I moved out. I've made a few videos where I was feeling pretty depressed, especially right before I moved out, because I was again just kind of feeling discouraged and like I've been putting so much time and effort into this and like it's not happening. And even when I did actually have like the deposit down in my place and stuff, I still had like a month of waiting left, and I just felt like I have no idea what to do with myself. I was getting super depressed. And not to spill all my own tea and problems, but you know, my family life wasn't the most good. It wasn't really where I could emotionally thrive in my family household. Again, I'm not gonna spill any tea because that doesn't need to be on the internet, and I know my parents watch my videos, but they know too that I've been needing to move out for a long time, and I knew that once I did, I would just feel better because I felt like I was stuck in an environment that was not allowing me to grow or be myself fully. So ever since I moved out, I honestly feel so much better. I also started taking, is this too much information? Also started taking antidepressants, but that is to combat my PMDD, which if you want to know about that, I have another video about that, which has helped significantly in the past month. It's been about a month and a half that I've been on them. So I think a combination of all that, moving out, accomplishing a huge goal, being in an environment that feels safe and completely secure to just my own independence, and then taking the medication has all helped improve my mental health immensely, and I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. So thank you for asking. So a lot of people asked too, now what do I do as my job since I'm not really doing Shipt anymore, and a lot of people were asking about if YouTube was my full-time job now and everything about that. So as of right now, YouTube is my current full-time job, again because I saved up enough money so I wouldn't have to worry about making enough the first couple months, because my other goal right next to moving out was, once I moved out, I wanted to completely make my job YouTube and content creation, because that's been the second most important goal of my life. So yes, YouTube is my current full-time job right now, and that that is so good. That's another thing that has improved since I moved out, because I'm gonna be very transparent with you right now. Up until like 3 months ago, I was only making about $600–700 a month off YouTube. I had about 45,000 subscribers and was getting about 10 to 15,000 views on my videos. Now, in the past 2 months specifically, my income has almost quadrupled. You can do the math there. That has been another manifestation that is coming true as a kind of ripple effect of me moving out. So if it stays on the path of growth that it's on right now, I'll be really happy, because then it means it can financially support me for the time being. A lot of people ask too, like, do I plan on doing YouTube forever? Like, what does my future look like? No, probably not. I can't imagine myself doing YouTube forever, but this is something I've wanted literally since I was 16 years old, to move out to my own apartment and be a full-time YouTuber, and I'm finally doing it. I had so many mental blocks before that I couldn't be a full-time YouTuber or make the content that I wanted when I was still living in my tense household where I didn't feel like I could completely thrive. So it's just kind of funny. It's not funny, but it is funny how now, once I moved out, my YouTube channel has literally been skyrocketing the past like 2 months. And then following that up, a lot of people asked, are you gonna go back to school? Do you plan on doing that? Again, I have a whole video discussing why I dropped out of school. I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I consider it because I have 1 year left to complete my degree, but I'm also like, if I don't need to, and if I can grow my career on YouTube for the time being, like, why would I pause that for a year of school? Because school was just not making me happy whatsoever, and I don't regret dropping out at all. I don't regret not getting my degree. Like, yes, it would be beneficial, but also it wouldn't have gotten me to where I am right now. So I really don't know about that. Maybe in the future, maybe in a few years, I'll go back and finish that last year, but also if I don't have to, and I can continue this job or use this job to get me a different job in the future without a degree, we'll see where it goes. All right, someone asked if I plan on getting more tattoos or piercings or anything like that, and yes, of course, obviously. I think I'm actually gonna get my nose pierced this week. I've been scared to, but I've also been really thinking about it. Oh, I also want to get this piercing changed out to a little gold hoop, because right now it's like the ugly stainless steel one and it's too big, but I want to get like a cute little gold huggy hoop, and maybe more piercings on my ear. But this conch piercing, it took forever for it to heal. Like, it's finally healed, but it's still a little sore. It took like a solid 3 months of me not being able to sleep on it because it hurt so bad. As for tattoos, I want like a lot. I do. Maybe not full sleeves, but like the patchwork sleeves. I've been trying to plan out my tattoos for like the past couple weeks, and I can't decide on any at this point. I'm about to go into my artist and be like, literally put whatever on my body, because they make me feel cool. I love them. I love this little guy. Me and my friends are addicted now. We've all just been getting a bunch. Someone asked an extremely difficult question that I didn't really want to approach, but they asked if I had to choose between spring rolls and bagels, what would I choose? Definitely everything bagels. Spring rolls are great, but I eat an everything bagel almost every single day of the week. And yes, I know I say bagel weird. I got in roasted on TikTok for it for a viral video of mine. Bagel. I say it with an E, sorry. Bagel. I'm from Jersey, okay? I guess I'll round this video out with answering what are my goals from here? Like, what do I plan on doing? And I kind of discussed this in my last video where I made a new vision board and kind of talked about goals that I have. But really, it's just about expanding my YouTube, finally diving into this full-time YouTuber thing that I've literally wanted for years. I've been on YouTube since I was 16 years old and now I'm 22. Kind of learn how to finally live how I want to without feeling stuck or suppressed or anything like that. Like, finally just learn what it feels like to like thrive. That sounds so cheesy, but just explore all these hobbies that I want to do. I've been taking up sewing. Like, again, I mentioned in my last video, it's been like 4 days, but it'll get there. And kind of just like basking in the little things that you get to experience in life as being a human. Hobbies just for hobby's sake, making friends, going out to eat, you know, just like the little things. I know that sounds so cheesy, but it is what it is. Okay, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, please be kind to the comments. I'm speaking all from my own experiences and beliefs and stuff like that. And I'm just trying to be honest because I feel like we need more of that on the internet and transparency, because again, I literally have no idea what I'm doing. I wake up every day and figure it out. So if I can help you, that's all I want to do. Little rhyme there. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and make sure that you stay tuned to my next video. Bye.